Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's been a minute that I got on and just, said hey to y'all and just wanted to come on and just vent. No, not really vent, I'm just kidding. But this is Nakaya Tate from Nakaya Tate's Consulting, LLC. I'm a speaker, certified transformational life coach, and an author. And I'm just coming to you with another portion of my happiness series. This is video number 4. And I just want to say that I am extremely happy today. Like, I woke up in a good mood. I learned some things about myself that I was not really shocked about, but I was like, wow, this is really, something that's going on with me that I really need to focus on. And one video I was talking about my health and, losing weight and things like that. So I feel like that's playing a part in some of why I'm like drained, don't have energy, certain things in that nature. So I've decided to create a plan that I am going to focus on my health, focus on my weight, focus on my mental health, and just focus on, getting my energy level back to where I need it to be. I get excited when I'm doing these videos, but I am drained, y'all, drained, and that's what happens. We get so focused on, making sure everybody else is okay, making sure the house is ran, making sure the kids get to school, making sure they do their homework, making sure you're cooking dinner, making sure, the bills are paid, making sure, you have gas in your car, the maintenance on your car is kept up, making sure, all the things that play a part in you becoming drained. We have to make sure we take care of ourselves. That self-care portion of, our lives is very important. And health is one that, we let go unnoticed because, it's that, okay, we'll put it off. Like, okay, I'll feel better tomorrow, or I'll drink more water tomorrow. But at the end of the day, we're hurting ourselves by putting things off that we can do today. So, a struggle for me was drinking more water. I put on my vision board that this year I would drink more water. I'm still struggling with that, y'all. But at the same time, it's progress because now I drink at least a bottle and a half, even though I'm supposed to be drinking 4 bottles to 6 bottles a day, maybe 8 bottles a day. But right now, that's progress for me. I'm celebrating my small win because I am able to drink 1.5 bottles of water because I struggle so badly with drinking water. I do not like water. I just established that I don't like it, and that's not my fault. It's not my fault that I don't like water, but I'm just saying that, just drinking the water, it makes me feel good. Like, it refreshes me. So because my body is lacking hydration, that is causing me to feel so drained. Like, I have an iron deficiency, so I'm always cold, and then I get hot, and then I get cold. It's like hot flashes, but I ain't there yet, y'all. I ain't there yet. So it's just, just balancing out things in your life that, can affect you in the long run. I had to really sit back and think about, certain things that are affecting my lifestyle. I had to change a lot of things, and mindset change is the biggest one that, you really have to focus on, because if you don't change your mindset, then you will not be able to change anything else in your life. Because you can keep constantly saying, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to do this. But then it's like, okay, you keep saying it, but are you actually taking the steps to get to where you need to be, or taking the steps to get to where you want to be? So that's the focus, is changing your mindset. You have to change your mindset in order for you to transition your lifestyle. So if you want to, if you want to attract more money, like I was saying before in all my other videos, if you want to attract something, you have to be willing to, change some things, change the way you do some things. There are many opportunities in the world, but we miss them because our mindset is just shot. Like, we have a mindset where we're content and settle in certain situations, or we're so used to doing this, used to doing that. We don't change because nobody's giving us the ultimatum to say you need to change your mindset, or giving you that that choice to say, if you don't change your mindset, you will never get to where you need to go. So at the end of the day, people focus on what they're used to. So if you're used to being broke, you're going to stay broke. You're always going to be broke. If you keep saying, I'm broke, you're attracting that negative energy. You're attracting that negative brokenness. You're attracting that to your life. So instead of saying, I'm broke, just say, I don't have it right now. Or if you're in a position where, you don't like your job, or don't like, or if you're looking for a new job, you don't have to say, I hate my job, or I don't want to be at my job. Just say, I'm going to make use of my job. I'm going to do what I can while I'm here until I find something better. Because that was my issue. Like, I would literally go to work, go to work, come home, get the kids, just drained. And I'm just like, I know this is not where I'm supposed to be. This is not what I want. I know I have more to offer people. I'm glad I'm in a situation where I can actually help them. But at the same time, I wanted more for myself. I wanted more for my life. So therefore, I was like, I hate my job. And I kept saying it. And I'm like, okay, I'm missing my blessings in the process of me saying I hate something. Or I'm missing my blessing in the process of me saying I don't like this, or I am that. I am in a negative way. So I literally had to flip the things around and say, I enjoy my job, but I don't like the job where I'm at. So I have to do some things to change it. Or I can say I dislike my job, but I'm going to make best of it while I'm here until I find something better. So you really have to sit down and focus on what you would like to change. Sometimes it's just changing your eating habits. Sometimes it's just changing, the way you're thinking. You could just be thinking a negative thought and it just triggers, your unhappiness. You could just be thinking, something in your past that has really affected you, hurt you, and put you in a position where you don't feel comfortable with yourself, or put you in a position where you don't feel like you can move forward in certain situations. Like if you want to go to school, and if somebody, when you growing up, telling you that you wasn't smart enough, you wasn't good enough, you wasn't beautiful enough to go to school, or to be a model, or to be a mom, or anything like that, it puts us in a ball. It puts us in a ball because we sit here and act like we're limited. We limit ourselves. People can limit you to a certain extent. If they have the opportunity to actually allow you to grow, they will block you. But you have to be willing to sacrifice some things. You have to be willing to understand your journey, and you have to be willing to take a risk. Taking a risk, it involves a lot of being humble. It involves a lot of, mindset change. It involves a lot of, just trying to figure out where you want to be. Taking a risk can be dangerous. It can be dangerous because risk is danger. So taking a risk, sacrificing some things can be a challenge, a struggle. It can be, where you might lose some things, but you're losing some things to gain. You're gaining more than what you lost. So I look at risk, I look at challenges, and I look at my life as not a loss, but a gain, because I was able to gain confidence. I was able to gain self-esteem. I was able to gain my dignity, my integrity, my passion. I was able to gain relationships that healed me from my past. So I was able to develop, and I was able to connect with like-minded people, so that way I can, transform into who I wanted to be. I wanted to be this life coach, this speaker, this author that touch women out here that have been struggling, that are struggling with depression, that are struggling with self-esteem, that are struggling with confidence, that are struggling with trying to figure out who they are. Because I struggled with that. I struggled with this so bad, it was ridiculous. And I think that women should not have to fight by themselves. I think that women should not have to take this journey on their own, because there are women out here that have been through the same situation, that are going through the same situation, and we need to connect, we need to link, we need to encourage, empower, and allow our mindsets to change and transition so that we can live our best life possible. Tomorrow is not promised to us, but we live this day that we're here. We live it like it's our last. But people take life for granted. I was one of them that took life for granted. I will always say, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this next week, next year, next month. But at the end of the day, if I never said I'm going to put it off, make excuses, I would probably have been where I wanted to be now, where I thought I was going to be back then. But I made so many excuses, constantly making excuses after excuse after excuse. And it put me in a situation where I'm sitting here like I'm holding myself back. Because now it's hard for me to even move forward because I'm making so many excuses. So every excuse that I make is setting me back further than moving me forward. So that's why, being happy is very important. It is so important. Like, even if you just have a thought and it just makes you smile, light up, and glow, that is awesome, because we need it. Life has many challenges. Life happens. Negative impacts happen on life. Things come up. People pass away. Things happen. People break up. People are broken. People are, depressed, disowned. You name it. So you think of all the negative things that is going on in lives over that one happy thought. That's powerful. You got one happy thought and you're challenging, you're facing 5 different struggles. You're facing, unhappiness. So you're facing depression. You're facing self-esteem issues. You're facing confidence issues. You're facing unhappiness. You're facing relationship issues. You're facing just being unhappy with yourself because you're living check to check. You're not in the house that you want to be in. You're living with people. You're just different things over this one piece of happiness. It is overpowering your life, and we need to find that one strong piece of happiness that can actually overpower all of what you're going through. So that's why we need to break down the barriers that are hindering you from actually knowing who you are, actually figuring out what you want to do in life, where you want to go. What is causing you to be unhappy? Why is your self-esteem low? We have to dig deep into under the surface to figure out why. It's all about the why. Why? What happened for you to get to that point in your life? What happened? What needs to change? And how are you going to change it? So that's why I decided to dig deep and create that 4 E's of life transformation. Because It is intensive to your life. It is intensive to your lifestyle. I'm a true transformation of my own creation. I created the 4 E's of transformation, life transformation for me. But I really had to dig deep under the surface. Like, what in the world? Why am I so unhappy? Why am I so, not feeling myself? Why am I so not in love with myself? So those questions came up so often. It was hurting me. It was hurting me to the point where I would cry myself to sleep. I would get sick because I would just think about things and it'll put a knot in my stomach and I would just feel sick constantly, all the time. It was just terrible. So at the end of the day, you have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to shift your mindset. You have to be willing to find your ultimate purpose, find your happiness, find your truth. Dig deep down and actually be honest with yourself and tell yourself that you're not happy with the things that are going on in your life. You're not happy with your decisions. You're not happy with this. You're not happy with that. And find a way to break down every single area of your life and improve in it. That's the only way you will become happy with yourself. And then that way, if you're happy with yourself, you can treat other people with kindness. You can treat other people with dignity, respect. You can treat other people the way you want to be treated. But if you don't know how to love yourself, if you don't know how to become happy within yourself, you're going to be miserable. And misery loves company. So I'm just saying this to say, we need to find your happiness, because happiness looks good on you. It looks good on me. I love seeing myself smile now. I literally look in the mirror and I said, I do have a beautiful smile. I'm ready for these braces to come off. But my smile is beautiful. And every time I smile, I touch somebody's life. I was like, oh my gosh, like, some people will come up to me and just tell me, I'm so glad you smiled because I needed that. It made me feel good on the inside that I was able to help somebody just by smiling. So just think about it. Think about your life. Think about, the transformation that you want, that you need. Think about the things that have put you in a position where you're constantly thinking about what you should have did, what you could have did, and what you can do. And baby, I'm telling you, you'll feel so much better just understanding your journey, just understanding your trauma, just understanding, your past hurts, your barriers that have hindered you from moving forward in your life. You really have to dig deep, because if it's something that you have not forgiven yourself for, if it's something that you have hated yourself for, that you have blamed yourself for, and it's hurting you today, it's going to keep hurting you until you actually address it, until you actually dig deep down under the surface of what is bothering you, in order for you to actually find love, in order for you to actually find yourself. You have to really dig deep to understand why you're not happy, why you feel this way. Because if you keep cycling, all you're doing is cycling your trauma, cycling it's like recycle, reuse. You're recycling your thoughts, you're recycling your thought process, you're recycling your thoughts. So every negative thought you have, you're just recycling it over and over, and your life is just recycling. You're just living that same chapter over and over and over again, and you're not progressing in life. You're not living your best life, because now you keep surfacing the same issue, the same underlying issues that have been blocking you, or the same underlying issues that have been trapping you to move forward, to actually be able to enjoy your children, to actually be able to enjoy your job, to enjoy life, your social life, your, networking, just finding new friends, getting in a new circle, change the way you're living, change something different about your life, change what you do. If you go to work the same way, try to go a different route. Change something up, change your thinking, because if you change something up, I'm telling you, it'll make you feel good. I used to go the same way all the time. And then I would feel like if I went back the same way I came, I was double backing. So I was like, I'm not going back that way. I'm going a different way. But now I realize that, I just shift my mindset. I just take different routes. Because you never know. Sometimes everything happens for a reason. I say that all the time, which is true. Everything happens for a reason. And just know, if this is your season to be happy, you will attract happiness. If this is your season to grow, you will grow. Some seasons are not for everybody. You just have to know when your season is. And sis, I'm telling you, happiness looks good on you. Again, put on your status. I love me some me. I love me some me. Thank you. This is Nakaya Tate, and I love you. And I'm asking you to put a comment in the section and stay on this journey with me. And I am so excited that you're here. And have a good day.